Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 1920 Southwest Wellington Avenue here in Portland. We are located at the front of the home. We are just to the left of the doorway. We have a 4-inch ABS cleanout as our point of access. We're going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. We're going to zero out the foot counter right at the bottom of the cleanout. Off we go here, and it looks like the line transitions over to 3034 PVC pipe immediately upon access. And we also drop into some standing water immediately, so we'll take a look at that once the line's drained out at the end. Line transition there, back over to ABS. And it just transitioned to PVC pipe. And this right here at 67 feet would appear to be the main lateral connection. We're going to go out and do some locates here to verify that. And we'll let the whole line drain out. Alright, located the camera head successfully. Line terminates at the main out here on Southwest Wellington Avenue. The line crosses the property. It goes under the driveway before heading out to the street. We're going to keep rolling back here. The line's just about done draining out, it looks like. It's just down to a minor trickle. I think the line bells out to 6-inch here. We come at it on a turn, so it's a little harder spot to get a good view. And there's a couple little dangly things at the top of the pipe. All that just appears to be cobwebs. I can't guarantee it's 6-inch here. Again, it's on a turn where I don't get a great visual, but it appears to be belling out to larger pipe there. couple deformations throughout the PVC pipe here. You can kind of see there's some little edges. None of them are perforated, none of them are obstructing flow. They're more just physical blemishes than anything. Sometimes you get that when pipe sits on a storage rack at the facilities for so long that they kind of deform, but none of that is severe or significant. It's all clean and all the plastic's intact. Just about back to the belly here, which we're going to take a look at. So the belly dissipates out here about a 1 foot 7 inches out from the base of the cleanout where we zero out. We'll see if it persists back into the home at all. At its worst point here, when the camera's leveled out, you've got around, it's not quite 3/4 of an inch, it's about a 1/2 inch of standing water. We're going to flip the camera around and see if it persists back into the crawl space. We may not be able to jump this spot here. We're hitting where the line changes diameter. Alright, we just flipped the camera around, run back into the foundation wall. At this point, we're well within the home. We're going into some standing water here. If you see a little orange stringy thing floating around in front of the camera, that's just the string on my camera head. I noticed when we were running water earlier, the water volume coming out of the sink was not matching, at least in my opinion, the water coming out of the clean out area. And this might be part of the problem here. You've got a lot of standing water in the crawl. Unfortunately, we can't see anything. It could just be due to settling. There's a lot of possibilities, but the line there is almost completely submerged all the time. And then right here, we're staring at the clean out access inside the crawl space. That green circular thing in front of us is the clean out access. And we're going to start reeling back here as immediately we come right into standing water. So if we've knocked a blockage around or something, when we pull the camera out, we should see a lot of water come shooting past the camera. Otherwise, it would appear here you've got significant standing water inside the crawl space area. And the line is essentially completely full at this point. It's not an inch or so. When I pull the camera back quickly, that water line's not pulling down below my camera lens, which will usually happen when you've got around an inch to an inch and a half worth of standing water. Any more than that, you won't see that happen. Now, this thing you're seeing in front of the camera lens there is just a string tied to my camera lens. the line was trickling there for just a moment. We were checking to make sure there wasn't a blockage the camera cleared. Now, once we get back in here a ways, you're immediately into very, very thick debris buildup in the water. Now, this does not appear to be due to an obstruction blocking the flow line causing the standing water. It looks like it's a settling problem. So I would recommend all the cast iron pipe underneath the house and to a certain extent on the exterior here be updated to correct the sloping grade. The vast majority, or at least half of the pipe under the home we've scoped here has 2 to 3 inches of standing water, and if not 4 inches. I think the line next down to 3 inch when it goes into the home. That's what we had to tie the string onto the camera for to hop that transition. Oh, and to get the grade right, if you're going to be doing work under the house like this, I would recommend fully updating all the cast iron at this point, not leaving any of it behind. Kind of a wasted opportunity to just get it all updated. But from basically 10 feet there to 32 feet where we stopped, you've got very significant amount of standing water and buildup. The water is thick like a milkshake. It's got so much junk in it. Now, if you end up doing the repair here on the exterior and updating the cast iron, because that is continuous with this belly that's right off the bat here, I wasn't originally going to recommend a repair here, but that's just because in and of itself this belly is not terribly significant. It's a fairly small belly. I would recommend go out to this point here at around 1'9". I'll put some paint down on the ground from this point back into the home all the way back to at least 32 feet. I can't scope any branches coming off of that, auxiliary branches, but hopefully all the standing water is isolated to the main line. But from here, I would take that repair from basically the back end of the house all the way out here to about a foot and a half out from the clean out. That's to fix all these standing water problems. And I highly recommend a rescope afterwards to check the repair work. Aside from that, everything from this point out to the main lateral appears to be in good condition, has good flow, and is functioning properly. Overall, the line is functioning. It's draining very slowly due to the standing water.